Bienvenidos a una edición más de Libreta de Apuntes, hoy con dos invitadas internacionales. Se trata de las líderes del equipo ucraniano en el International Physics Tournament. Son Anastasia Jaeva e Ksenia Minakova. Thank you for being here in the Universidad Industrial de Santander. Welcome. We know that the current situation in Ukraine made it difficult to move to Colombia. How was this trip?
We and our girls start from different parts of Ukraine, from different cities, and meet first time in Lviv, in observatory. After that, we are going by bus to Warsaw, after to Madrid, and transatlantic flight to Bogota, and after that, at least to Bucaramanga. But it was not so easy. One of our team lead crossed the border by their steps, by their legs, because
it's my part of the story.
It's her part of the story, and it's very interesting. It's like a little bit stressful for our team and for her personally.
Yeah, I've got awesome story getting here because first of all, I've started from the Kharkiv. It's in the moment when I was there, I started from the Kharkiv, and the moment I was there, it was under bombing, and I was supposed to go to the Lviv. That's like 1,000 kilometers all over the Ukraine by the train. And the day before I started, Russian missiles crashed a lot of railways, so all of the trains were delayed, and I've shipped the train. It was delayed, and I'm late to my bus with the girls, so I didn't catch them at Lviv, and I had to chase them through the border. And I've chased them because of by volunteer cars and to help of a lot of volunteers. And I've chased them in between the Ukrainian and Poland border, just in between, just in the, like in the middle section in the neutral territory, because I had to. And the last part, all other part of the trip, Ksenia just said, and I've counted, it took me 65 hours to get here. 65 hours almost without, we haven't night to sleep, we just have like small naps in the airports and in transatlantic flight, etc. That was a long trip. Near the border there are always the huge traffic jams, and I just ask volunteer to get me to the border. I ask volunteer to get me to the border. He get me to the border and get back to the Lviv. And I just walked all this traffic jam by foot, and asked our militaries on the border to let me in, because come on guys, there is my bus, I have to, you see, 300 meters, I need to catch the bus. That was a quite interesting experience actually.
It is all a female team. Why it's that?
In Ukraine, in physics, there are several statistics from several years ago. More girls than boys want to be physicists. It's typical for Ukraine to be women in physics, women in science, and in our, with Anastasia, faculty several years ago changed statistics. If I remember right, girls not so long time study in physical technical department, but several years ago first year students girls were more than boys, maybe 65% of girls and 35% of boys. And this statistic, it's real great, and girls want to be physicists, work in science, and try to change science in our country.
That's the one part of the story, and the other part of the story is a war. We've got like national competition, national tournament, and we've got and our team which won this tournament consists all of the boys. There was just the boys, and it was before the invasion started. And after invasion started, we've got a huge problem to catch all the team in together, because they were scattering all over the country, because a lot of boys stand in Ukraine to just because of the war, and we have huge formal problems to get boys out together and out of Ukraine for this competition. That's why we decided to have a second team and made it just from the girls. And because of this war, because of this invasion situation, all of the girls, all of our team parts were separated all over the country, and we had to prepare to the tournament for only 2 months, and it's extremely short time for this type of competitions. And the first time we really in real life saw each other was in Lviv, just before we started sitting the bus. Oh, each other was in the car.
1 week ago.
Yeah, it was a week ago.
It's also 1 week ago.
That's why there are 2 types of answers. First of all, we do have girls in the science a lot, and the second one is we could not send, technically we couldn't send a boys team because of this invasion.
How was the experience in Colombia?
Oh, as for me, I fell in love with this campus, actually. I never saw such a beautiful place, and I first in my life understood why students all over the world are talking about campuses, because back in Ukraine we've got we haven't got traditions of campus. Mostly it's old Soviet architecture, and it's huge, it have to push you down. It's for glory, but not to be convenient, not to be comfortable for people. It's for glory, but not for people. And a lot of architecture in the Ukraine is such kind of this, because it was a traditional 30 years ago, at least. Right now we've got some changes in public places, but we haven't got such changes in universities. And when I came here and saw this campus, I do really fell in love with it, because it's so comfortable, it's so green, it's so made for people. You've got a lot of places to study and to think, to party and to work, and for everything. And I really fell in love with this place. I do adore it. So my experience in Colombia, first of all, is this campus of the Universitat Industrial de Santander, and it's awesome. Actually, I'm thinking about being here for as more as possible.
It's very different from North Hemisphere. It's different culture, it's brightness, it's non-typical for us, and for me it's like a new experience of new life, new traditions, something exhausted and so non-typical for us. It's like a
it's bright,
different life,
it's
bright,
it's funny,
have
it's light,
yeah,
it's,
different colors,
to enjoy life.
Music, loud, I don't know, wet weather, different weather. In one day we see rain, sunny, after that rain, after that wet, after that sunny, and I wish I see a moon in the sky, because it's grow in another way, like in North Hemisphere, but I couldn't do this because a lot of clouds, but I hope we have several days to see the moon.
Tell us about something that surprised you from the culture of the people or the food in Colombia.
When we came into Colombia, everybody was talking about eating an ants. And it was shocking for me. You're asking about the shock situation? Yeah, that was shocking for me. And yesterday when we were in in Socorro, yeah, when we were in Socorro, guys from the Switzerland team, they bought these ants and not forced, but really asked everyone to try it, and that was shocking, but okay, I can live with this. And the thing I adore about different countries, I do like about different countries, is to try local food. And we have walked in the We have walked in the city center here, and a lot of fruits on the street, you know, like street food, like mangoes. We haven't got fresh and juicy mangoes in Ukraine, just in supermarket, and they're like green ones. And fruits and vegetables and all of this stuff, I do love this.
For me, it was very difficult to understand why you add salt and pepper and lime juice to mango. Why?
Yes!
It's strange. Mango,
It's
sweet.
sweet.
And in Ukraine we want to eat sweet mango, but we have only green mango, and you put it in some
salt and
in some
pepper,
pack.
yeah.
Yeah, it's why?
That's odd.
Why salt?
For us, it's odd. It's absolutely odd.
I can eat ants, but I couldn't understand why you do this with mango. And fruits are adorable in Colombia. It's very tasty, and a lot of different fruits. For me, I think it's better if I call good lulo. It's very awesome.
In the middle of these difficult times in Ukraine, how is the life in the university about the students or investigation?
At this time, COVID-19 prepared us to work online, and it was, I think, we start education in offline system about 1 month, and the war, it was a start of war, but that's why our professors, our teachers are prepared to study online. But we should change online system for another system. It's called like asynchronic system, when our teachers, our professors make some tasks, I don't know, film the video with lecturers and prepare by their hands some practices, make video of lab works, and our students try to have a time to study and after that they make some tasks to prepare. If you can, if you have a possibility, you are visited lesson. If you have no possibility, you should try to or see video or read lecture in PDF or make some tasks, work when you can. If you have electricity, if you have mobile connection or internet, you can study in time when you really can.
During this invasion, we've got a lot of city bombings, a lot of huge amount of people just fled over the cities, out of the cities, and they fled in any places they found. So it could be shelters, and it could be hostages, it could be not hostages but hostels, it could be schools. A lot of schools in the western part of Ukraine are prepared to leave right now, and kindergartens and etc. etc. So that's not a convenient situation, and people are scattered all over the Ukraine and actually all over the world. Not world, but Europe mostly, because there are a lot of refugees. That's why not everyone, a lot of people stayed in occupied cities, and a lot of people stayed in the cities near the front line. And that means they've got bombings every day, they've got to live in the bomb shelters without, sometimes without electricity, sometimes without water, sometimes without understanding when they will come up and have some internet or something like this. So a lot of problems. That's why we have to make this asynchronic system, because we cannot force our students to be in lecture at 13 p.m. because maybe right now 13 p.m. is dangerous for them to be up there, and they should be in the bomb shelter. Unfortunately, that's Ukrainian reality. And the second part is about experiment. I'm not sure about other countries, but our university, near our university, we've got like a scientific institute, HFTI. This was an institute of physics and technologies, where the second in the world was split in an atom. And we've got nuclear nuclear stations in there, not power stations, but experimental nuclear stations, and it was like 20 kilometers from the Russian border, and right now it's totally bombed. I even have some pictures, but not pictures from the nuclear station. I've got pictures from my university, I mean our campus, our faculty. It's totally crashed. We've got like Russian force military cars bombed just in front of the doors. When I went to my faculty, I've asked militaries to went to my faculty to make some pictures. They forced me to wear this like waist, the protection, you know, from the bullets. Armor, yeah. They forced me to wear an armor, and I found there like a part of the huge bomb and took it and make it a vase at home, actually. So the second part of the answer is we have a lot of laboratories just destroyed. It's burned out. It's I don't know why they okay, I do know why they got into the scientific part, because they just scatter their bombs all over the city. They doesn't care if it's military or not, and we've got a lot of experimental setups and expensive and rare experimental setups just destroyed. So we cannot make an experiments, so we're forced to make a theory.
At this time, you have energy problems in Ukraine. How you are dealing with this issue?
Actually, we have no big problem with electricity right now. One part of the question is that one part of the answer is that we've got the most of our energy, like half of our energy system comes from the nuclear plants. In Ukraine, we've got 4 of them, and they are still working. One of the plants is occupied right now, but it is occupied, but it's still working. It's connected to the system. So we've got enough energy, and the energy problems in the cities mostly connected with the situation when the missile hits the not the plant, but the small station which distributes, and it's kind of easy to fix. So we haven't got electricity problem. We've got more actually fuel problems in Ukraine right now, just because of the port are closed, the city is, the sea is closed, but electricity is okay mostly.
It's easy, but men who work in energy system, they go into this station under the bombing and fix it under bombing. They are real heroes. And our government, I think, several months ago, have some communication with Europe, and it's a little bit strange, but if I remember good, on 26 February this year, after the war starts, our energy system connected, all our energy system connected from to Europe system.
Usually we had in Ukraine really good internet connection, or like phone internet and etc. And we in the first weeks we had a problem because a lot of people just moved from the east to the west, and all of the people were always chatting and trying to understand the news, and a lot of traffic. I mean electronic internet traffic, a lot of it, and we've got problems with an internet in Ukraine for a few weeks, and after that we've got a lot of support. We've got Starlinks directly from Elon Musk. We've got a lot of equipment from the Huawei. They just sent to Ukraine equipment to support the basic internet station on the west part in Ukraine, where is where is less dangerous for equipment, and there are a lot of people moved in there. So we've got a lot of help with the connection.
And it's very non-typical, it's different. We have a new greetings in Ukraine. If we have Доброго дня. That's why we ask how are you in English. It's як ти. It's in Ukrainian. It's new greetings. How are you? Not good day. Not good evening. How are you?
Yeah. Everybody asking,
type how are you? Every morning we
That's-
chatting how are you?
Are you okay? Are you alive? You know, like some of our textings with parents looks like, are you alive? Yes. Are you okay? Yes. Are you okay? Yes. That's
Do you
it.
have a head? Yeah.
Yes.
Like checking.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Everyday
With
chicken.
friends, family,
With
how are
friends,
you?
family,
Yeah.
and some
Colleagues,
Yeah,
yes.
just check in. Are you okay? Yes. Or if we cannot hear this yes, we are trying to find the people. It's really nice to be here. Thank you for this
Thank
opportunity.
you for this opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Actualmente. Bueno, estamos mejor. Estamos buscando que la calidad del colombiano y hoy abrimos nuestra libreta